So I'm just minding my own business, writing my book and stuff. And I get another idea for another book. Tell me this has happened to someone else besides me. What is wrong with my brain? Writing would be so much easier if you could just have an idea, focus in on that idea, and only think about that one idea. And I don't know if this happens to you, but when I'm writing things, I am constantly generating different new ideas for different things that I want to write other than the thing that I'm already working on. This is the most frustrating thing about doing what I do. I can't stop thinking. Some people have the opposite problem where they have a hard time coming up with ideas and things they want to write about, and they can't think about things that they want to work on. I can't not have something that I want to work on. It's very overwhelming. I feel very overwhelmed right now. I've also never done NaNoWriMo while writing full-time for a real job that really matters. So this is all new to me. This is too much. Why is it that the moment we open our brains up to the possibility of generating new ideas, just all of them come rushing in at once? Why does that happen? I don't know the answer to that question. I know for a fact that I've looked it up before. It's something obviously with your brain. Beyond that, I have no idea, which means I know absolutely nothing. I have called this brain rush before, like attempting to coin the term, and just no one cared. Brain rush to me is that moment where you feel very inspired and all these things are flooding into your brain and you're like, I want to do 500 things at one time even though I know it's not possible. And for me, the only way to deal with this is just to write everything down. Not actually start writing things, but if I have an idea for a book, as I did this morning, write it down. Very short, one-sentence synopsis. I'm not going to forget it. If it matters, it's going to stick in your brain. But writing it down, in a way, helps you kind of compartmentalize. Why is that word so hard to say? It helps you kind of trick yourself into not thinking about the thing that you don't need to be thinking about right now. I am writing an article. I am also thinking about my book. If I have a new idea for a thing that I want to write as I'm working on my book tonight after work, I'll take out a piece of paper. Here, I have paper. There's my paper. So I have my piece of paper. I almost just threw it across the room. I have my paper. I write down, this is what's going to happen in this scene, like one or two sentences or even like a phrase or something. It's going to stay there. But as soon as I write down that phrase that's going to help me quote unquote remember, I don't think about it anymore. You're so afraid that you're going to forget that you start panicking. So once you think, oh, okay, this is written down, there's no possible way I could forget, then you feel better and you can move on with your life, so to speak. Of course, every once in a while, I'll write something down, like in my planner, and the next day I'll be like, what the heck was I talking about? Of course that happens, but again, if it matters, if you're really set on this thing happening, you're not gonna completely forget. It's gonna come back to you. It always does. It happened to me this morning with something completely different. See, my brain never shuts off. This is a problem. Because I like to sleep and not think sometimes. But you know, those shower thoughts, the minute you step into the shower, you're doomed. There's no escaping it. You can work on all of these ideas. You don't have to do them all right now. I'm not going to try to write 3 books at one time. I'm already trying to write 2. I'm trying to finish one from 2 years ago because I'm stupid and I can't let go of things. And I'm also trying to write this new one that I've been wanting to start for 6 months, or actually more like 8 months or 11 months. What month is it? You have time. There is no rush. You can work on it at some point. You could even start outlining if you want to, even if you don't actually start writing. Know your limits. Know exactly how much you can handle. Don't try to go beyond that when you feel overwhelmed, because you're just gonna burn yourself out, and that's not fun. It's not good. Don't let that happen, especially in November if you're trying to write a book. Don't do that. This rush of ideas means that you are in a good mental place. At least somewhat. At least part of your brain is working correctly. It means that you have currently the capacity to imagine things, come up with new things you want to do. You're thinking ahead to the future. This is good. Remember that. This is good. Now, let's not think about 400 things at once and get back to this whole writing thing.